At this place in history, we're at the Billings Farm Museum in Woodstock with Steve Perkins, the Executive Director of the Vermont Historical Society. Steve, to be exact, we're on the front lawn in front of the old farm manager's house. So what brings us here?
So Mike, we're going to be talking a bit about how this whole farm came to be.
Both the farm and the estate were meant to model or show other farmers, other people who had land in the community, how they could use that land responsibly. So on the estate, they were reforesting a lot of hillsides. Here on the farm, they were practicing this new concept of scientific farming. So thinking about how they can improve production by feeding their animals different things, how they can improve the croplands by using different fertilizers and working the land in different ways, using different crops. So it was a place where people could come and learn what they were doing here, see the experiments in action, and theoretically take them home and use them in their own farms.
This farm was one of those first places to really push Vermont agriculture towards dairy. Is that true? And what did that transition look like?
It is true. Yeah, the landscape had really been kind of decimated by the overgrazing of the sheep population. It's hard to grow crops in a lot of the state. So dairy is kind of one of the paths of least resistance for farming in the state. So Frederick Billings set up this small herd. He had a product, which was butter, in mind. He had animals that were kind of purpose-built for this product to produce this high butter fat milk. So he's kind of showing how you could use specific breeds of animals to increase profitability, but they're also breeding for certain traits and selling those genetics to improve herds around the country and locally too. We are kind of talking about the late 1800s. It's a time when transportation is becoming a lot easier with railways. Cities, populations of cities are really increasing, so the demand for dairy in those nearby cities is increasing, and also we have a way to get it there more quickly without it spoiling. That being said, we don't have refrigeration really, we have ice and ice boxes, but butter is a product that can last a little bit longer. So that is one of the reasons why they were focusing on butter here at the farm. It was something that they could preserve a little bit more to ship to these broader markets. And the Jerseys have that high butter fat in their milk naturally, which means you're going to get more cream from their milk, which means you're going to make more butter and better quality butter. And today, Jerseys still have high butter fat in their milk, and it makes delicious cheese. So we have our Billings Farm cheese that's made with that really great Jersey milk.
You mentioned experiments a little bit earlier. What kinds of experiments might visitors be able to observe, or maybe even, depending, partake in should they come here?
Yeah, that's a great question. Rotational grazing, and thinking of ways that we can be more regenerative with our practices. You know, in our gardens, we have a lot of different methods on display where people can see what they might be able to do in their own home gardens.
How do they do that?
Yeah, so they can visit us in person. We are open every day from April through the end of October, and then weekends November through February. Or they can visit us online at billingsfarm.org or on our social media accounts.
Looking at what you can find on a model farm in Woodstock at this place in history.
This is Fox 44 Morning Brew.